Good evening, everyone. Before we dive into today's book review Monday, let me ask you a question. What is the purpose of reading a book? What are your aims and your objectives to reading a book? Our purpose and aims to reading a book are those things that guide us into the kind of book we select. So, is it simply to confirm what we already know, or is it to challenge the way we think, to make better decisions, and ultimately change the way we build wealth? So, as your investment consultant, every Monday at 6 p.m., we will explore books that don't just inspire us, but they shape us, they reshape our mindset about money, finance, investment, and also wealth creation. So, with principles that have stood the test of time, and these principles have been used over time by so many persons, by so many people that have proven these principles. So now let's begin today's book review Monday. The book we'll be reviewing is The Billionaire Mindset by Daniel Strauss. So this book, as an investor, there are some investment lessons, principles that are hidden in marketing. Some books teach you how to make money. Others teach you how to think like the people who have made the money, who have invested the money, and also multiply the money. So this week, I started reading the Billionaire Mindset, and one statement from the opening chapters, from the opening pages, stood out for me. And it's changed the way I think about finance, investment, and wealth creation. Now, the author said, you have to really apply your mind to marketing a product to make it attractive to potential buyers. At first, when I first saw this statement, I decided to look at it beyond marketing, beyond presenting a product to people. So it sounds more like you are giving an advice to a business owner. But when I thought more about it, I found out that it's just as relevant to investing and building wealth. So one of the biggest reasons people struggle financially isn't because they lack opportunities. No, it is not that. It's because those that present this opportunity fail to communicate the value of this opportunity. Now, think about it. You, as an investor, you cannot comprehend why an investment is worth considering. You will struggle to be able to invest in that kind of investment. A business with an excellent product but poor marketing may never generate enough revenue to grow. Now, a professional with valuable skills, take for example, maybe a graphic designer, a video editor, or even a fashion designer that does not have a personal branding may remain overlooked. Why those that are even less qualified are people attracting better opportunities. Now, in finance and investment, value must be visible enough for investors to see. The marketplace doesn't reward what is hidden, it rewards what people understand. This made me think about why many people miss great investment opportunity. Sometimes it is not because the opportunity is bad or because the opportunity is not there. It is because they fail to understand the potential of this opportunity. So, in investment, like I always say, communication matters in investment and finances. Do you understand? Don't invest because numbers look attractive. Invest because you understand the story behind the numbers. That is why successful investors don't simply go after the profit that is present in that investment. Then what they go after is the vision, the trust, and even the risk disclosure of that investment. So this statement also challenge me as a person. Ask yourself, am I intentionally positioning myself where opportunities can find me? Am I creating a system whereby I will be able, people will, opportunities will be able to find me and I'll be able to invest in a profitable business? Opportunities comes after visibility. As an investor, a business owner, or even a partner, you can have an amazing investment strategy, a profitable business, or a very amazing financial idea. But if no one understands its value, its impact will remain limited. It will just be few persons that will go after it. So that single sentence reminded me that wealth creation is also about positioning those decisions, those ideas, and opportunity so that the right people can recognize their worth. And that is my biggest takeaway from the book by Daniel, The Billionaire Mindset, this week. So thank you so much for joining us on our first edition of Book Review Monday. I will see you next Monday, same time, same channel, 6 p.m. here on Felicia Frederick YouTube channel as we uncover other pages of the book with lessons that can transform the way we think about investment, about money, about building, and also about building lasting relationship that can transform into wealth and generational legacy. Financial future is shaped first by your mindset, by the way you think, by the way you see money, by the way you see investment, finances.